The world is not fair. The world does not care how honest you are. The world rewards structure, not intention. And if you don't understand that, it will use you quietly. You can be honest and still be discarded. You can work harder and still be erased. You can follow every rule and still lose everything. Not because you failed, because you were predictable. Most people live their entire lives thinking intentions matter. They don't. Only outcomes do. When betrayal happens, most people react. They complain, they explain, they expose themselves. That reaction is the signal, and the system reads it instantly. Some people break at this point. They become emotional liabilities, easy to provoke, easy to control. Others go silent. Not weak silence, strategic silence. They stop performing. They stop justifying. They start watching. This is where real power forms. Not in confidence, not in morality, but in unreadability. While others argue, you measure. While others rage, you calculate. While others chase approval, you position yourself above the board. Most people think they are players. They are not. They are pieces reacting to pressure. If you do not understand how control actually works, you will always be moved, never moving. This knowledge is not about cruelty. It is about survival. Because the system has no mercy, only rules. And once you see those rules, you stop being hunted. You become the environment.
The world does not respond to fairness. The world responds to signals. That is the first rule most people never learn. Not because they are stupid, but because the system hides it. You are told effort matters. You are told intention matters. You are told goodness protects you. But systems do not read intention. They read behavior. They read presence. They read resistance. Like a machine that only measures pressure, it does not care who you are. It only reacts to force. This is why insults exist. Insults are not about words. Insults are about testing structure. When someone insults you, they are not attacking your value. They are measuring your cost. Low cost gets repeated. High cost gets avoided. This is not psychology. This is mechanics. Like water flowing downhill, people move toward least resistance. Sun Tzu understood this. He did not talk about courage. He talked about positioning. Because courage without position is noise. Most people fail here. They think responding fast shows strength. They think defending shows confidence. They think explaining clears misunderstanding. But explanation is exposure. Defense is permission. Speed is instability. Aristotle warned about this. He observed that extremes collapse faster than balance. And balance is not emotionless. Balance is controlled. When you react emotionally, you tell the system where to push next. Like tapping buttons on a machine, the system learns your weak points. That is why the first shift is not silence. Silence can be empty. Silence can be fear. Non-responsiveness is different. You hear the insult. You register it internally, but you do not deliver it externally. Your face stays neutral. Your body stays still. Your rhythm stays unchanged. This is not passivity. This is denial of data. Like pulling batteries from a remote, the other person keeps pressing buttons, but nothing moves. Uncertainty replaces control, and uncertainty makes systems slow down. But slowing the system is not enough, because slow chaos is still chaos.
Control does not come from reaction. It comes from selection. Most people respond to everything, every comment, every tone shift, every provocation. That is not awareness. That is exposure. Attention is currency, and most people spend it carelessly. Like a spotlight that never turns off, they reveal what moves them. Jung warned about this. He observed that what you react to unconsciously begins to control you consciously. When you respond selectively, hierarchy shifts. You do not ignore people. You ignore noise. In a group, someone interrupts, someone provokes, someone seeks dominance. You do not engage, you wait. Then you speak only to outcomes, decisions, results. Like a machine that responds only to valid commands, the system recalibrates. People learn quickly. To reach you, they must elevate. But attention alone is not authority, because coldness without structure creates distance, and distance without control invites challenge. Tempo decides dominance. Fast systems panic. Slow systems observe. Most people speed up under pressure. Their words race. Their thoughts spill. That is not urgency. That is instability. Seneca warned about this. He wrote that haste is the mind abandoning itself. You slow everything down. You pause before answering. You allow silence to stretch. Like lowering the tempo of music, the room follows. Interruptions decrease. Voices soften. Tension settles. Silence is not empty. Silence is pressure. People fill silence with themselves. They explain, they justify, they expose intent. Like a pendulum, the moment they swing, you remain still. Stillness forces movement elsewhere.
Someone crosses a line. You do nothing. No accusation. No correction. Most expect punishment or forgiveness. They are prepared for both. They are not prepared for space. Like a driver slowing on an empty road, they reassess. They replay words, adjust tone, retreat slightly. They regulate themselves. Emotional flatness completes this. No spikes, no drops. Like ice that does not crack, pressure loses leverage. Nietzsche understood this. He warned that predictability invites domination. When triggers disappear, manipulation becomes expensive. Understand this clearly. This was never about people. It was always about systems. Systems do not care about morality, or kindness, or intention. Like nature, they reward strength and exploit weakness. Marcus Aurelius accepted this. He taught control over self, not control over others. Respect is not granted, it is calculated. When reactions stop, when timing stabilizes, when emotion flattens, behavior changes automatically. Not because you demanded respect, but because the system recalculated your cost. That is silent power. You now see the full pattern. Not opinions, not motivation, a system. Every rule you learned before told you to react, to explain, to defend. That is why the system kept pushing you. Because pressure only stops when it meets resistance. Not loud resistance, not emotional resistance, structural resistance. Once you change the signals, the system has no choice but to adjust. Not because it respects you, but because it cannot predict you. And unpredictability is expensive. This is why most people never escape disrespect. They try to be liked, they try to be understood, they try to be fair. But systems do not reward fairness. They reward stability, they reward cost, they reward control. Aristotle hinted at balance. Sun Tzu warned about position. Marcus Aurelius practiced restraint. They were not teaching morality. They were teaching survival inside systems. Now you understand what most people never see. Insults are not insults. They are probes. And probes stop when they fail. Apply this quietly. Do not announce it. Do not explain it. Let behavior teach for you. Over time, something shifts. People speak differently around you. They test less. They assume more. Not because you became aggressive, but because you became costly. And here is the final truth. Once you stop reacting, you stop being manageable. In the next breakdown, we go deeper into why some people are never challenged at all, not attacked, not tested, not even questioned. Until then, remember this. Respect is not emotional, it is mechanical. And once you understand the machine, you are no longer inside it.